Mike Tyson punches man in the face.
We heard about, full disclosure, we did hear about, we're a bit late to this story, aren't we? Because we heard about it, but this will be the first time we're actually seeing the footage. So, I mean, what are you expecting to see?
Not good things. Not a good scene.
I mean, the whole slapping a man on stage is one thing, and that slap, I'm sure, would have hurt. A punch by Mike Tyson, one punch. Ask Frank Bruno or anybody, Evander Holyfield, anyone who's been up against Tyson. One punch from someone like Mike Tyson, I'm surprised the guy survived to tell the tale.
God,
Do you know what I'm saying? Can you imagine? You know you can get killed by one punch. One punch in the right place.
Yeah.
So, can you imagine this? Can you imagine how crazy that would be? Mike Tyson's knocked someone to death.
Oh man, that would have been so bad.
Anyway, well, this was all over TMZ, and that's where we're gonna watch it from now. Let's get involved. Oh dear, Mike. Let's get involved.
Hey, Mike, come on. Let's go stop that. Let's do the horse, man. Come on. Hey.
Oh wow.
Hey, Mike, come on. Let's go stop that. Let's do the horse.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh my word.
And now they're slowing it down a little bit. He's proper
Going in.
punching him up.
Repeatedly punching as well.
Yeah.
What?
He's leading. Oh wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Why?
Wow.
Goodness.
And oh gosh. So the report goes along with the footage. Mike Tyson repeatedly punches man on plane. Yep, that's what we saw. Bloodies passenger's face.
Ouch.
Oh my gosh. Mike Tyson, put my glass on for this, seemed to lose his cool on a plane on Wednesday night. This was around, the 21st of April, so a few days ago. Not brand new, but we're a bit late. Repeatedly punching a man in the face after a guy apparently annoyed him. TMZ Sports has learned the incident all went down around 10:30 p.m. PT time as Tyson was slated to fly out of San Francisco International Airport to Florida. A witness on the plane says as he and his friend were boarding Tyson's flight, the boxing legend was initially cool with them and the other passengers. The witness tells us Mike took a selfie with him and then was patient with him with his overly excited buddy who kept trying to talk to the 55-year-old fighter as he sat behind him. Eventually, though, we're told Tyson had enough of the guy behind him talking in his ear and told him to chill. When the guy didn't, that's when the witness says Tyson started to throw several punches at the man's face. Video we obtained shows Tyson throwing a flurry of blows at the man, which you can see bloodied the passenger's forehead. The witness says Mike walked off the plane just seconds later. We're told the man who was punched received medical attention and then went to the police over the incident. We've reached out to the cop for comment, but so far no word back yet. There were updates. Sources close to Mike claim the man was extremely intoxicated and wouldn't stop provoking the boxer in his seat. Then another update after that was the police department tells the officers did respond to the scene and did detain 2 people they believe were involved. Cops added, though, that after one of the people was treated for non-life-threatening injuries, the person provided minimal details of the incident and refused to cooperate further with the police investigation. The SFPD said it is aware of the video of the altercation and has forwarded it to the San Mateo County Sheriff's Office. So, wow.
That's a lot.
I know people that wouldn't want to get into the ring with Mike Tyson, with a referee and, ding ding rounds and all that stuff, to get into a personal altercation with one of the most fearsome boxing legends of all time. You're a nut job. You're an idiot. Sorry.
They realise who Mike Tyson is, that guy, because
gosh.
he's one of the heaviest, he was the leading boxer at that time, isn't he?
Heavyweight champion multiple times.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, this is a bit like the Kiki Palmer story, except for she didn't end up punching the woman out.
God.
Listen, you play with a tiger's tail, don't be surprised if it comes and bites you, yeah? apparently this guy, Tyson, was cool with the two guys. What the other guy obviously wasn't being a jackass. He was cool. It's the drunk friend. It's always the intoxicated friend. Listen, don't hang out with fools. Don't drink to the point where you can't hold your drink. Don't go up to celebrities, especially if they're former world heavyweight champions of the world. Don't wind them up so you don't get loads of punches and bruises on your face. And if you have a friend like that and you come across a celebrity, I'd be checking for another seat, because I wouldn't want to be associated with that fool. You know,
why would you do
I'll be the fool.
Like, listen, it's the guy's fault in a way, isn't it? Because he's the one that kept on going on and on. And obviously, Tyson came to a point where he's like, you know what? I can't take this no more. Let me just punch this guy in the face.
Listen,
like,
disclaimer.
He was okay before.
Full disclaimer. We do not tolerate. We do not endorse or tolerate violence. We ain't saying it was right for Tyson to rain those fists of thunder on this poor fool's head, but we're saying that you poke a tiger or poke a bear, expect a wild animal to go wild on your ass. It's that simple. I think the guy was apparently really provoking and really annoying and winding him up and being rude, and apparently threw a bottle at him. So everyone's got a line and a boundary.
Exactly.
And like I said before, sometimes just because you're famous and you're a celebrity don't mean you're accessible and it's okay to receive abuse, but it also doesn't mean that you're going to have self-control. Not everyone is going to be Chris Rock. So obviously comparisons have been made how Chris Rock kept his cool when he was assaulted. Again, Tyson wasn't assaulted necessarily, but he was being poked and prodded and disrespected. Everyone's got a different line.
There's a line, isn't there, T? There is a line, because it's like if he kept on prodding him and provoking him, he's still a human being himself.
Yeah.
He's just, Mike Tyson is a famous boxer, but he's like...
A very violent human being.
Yeah, people think because celebrities in general are like celebrities, they're not going to lash out. Of course they are. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you got to put how would you feel, again, how would you feel in that situation if someone did that to you? And also, you don't know where people's minds are at. You don't know what's going on in their head. It could have been so much worse. Can you imagine if Mike Tyson had killed that guy on the plane? Oh, boy. Or if he'd knocked him unconscious or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like...
Well, the reality is someone can die from one punch.
Yeah, it depends. I know the temple is somewhere that...
Yeah, very sensitive areas. If you get hit in the right way, you're gone. I believe you could get hit once by someone with the power and strength of Mike Tyson and never walk again. So this guy must have some tough conk of a head, because you see the footage and they're a rain of fists, and this guy, maybe it was the drink that was protecting him. You know, there's just like, how on earth? I'm like looking at the dude, and I'm like, how are you standing, mate?
You got some blood down his head,
a couple of gashes. I'm like,
he's got some hard head.
Hard head, man. You've got a rain of punches from, like I said, the world heavyweight champion of the world. One of the best that ever did it. Those fists can break walls of titanium. Mike Tyson, and you're alive to tell. But you know what? That's going to be something you can brag. He's like, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. Very British, like, oh, I'm an hard man. Any fact, can you imagine? Yeah, who are you? I got punched by Mike Tyson, mate, and I live to tell the tale. Come on, then. He's going to go around. He's going to go around the bars. Like, hey, he's American. Hey, man. I'll fight you. Listen, I've got hit by Mike Tyson, man, and I live to tell the tale, man. Who are you? Bonkers. Bonkers.
This guy,
what an idiot.
He didn't think before he did that. I guess well, drinking as well doesn't help, because obviously he doesn't know what he's doing.
You know, you get those times, isn't it? Those who've had a few pints, a few beers, a bit of alcohol, and they think they could beat up Superman. You know, they're like superhumanly strong. Like, I'll fight anyone. Everywhere.
And where Mike Tyson was going in there, repeatedly punching him in the face, thank God he's alive, that guy, because it's like, he's strong, man.
So what's the moral of the story in your book? The moral of the story is...
I think the moral of the story is don't bother.
Yeah.
If you see a celebrity on a plane or
leave
wherever,
them be.
Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Listen, I've met Steven Spielberg on set, yeah, and I didn't go, "Oh, hi, Steven," or
Hey,
provoke
Steven.
him or something.
Hey, Steve.
I don't think Steve. Yeah, I don't think he would knock a punch. But it's like you don't know what else how he could
Yeah.
retaliate.
Yeah.
He could shout at me or something, or you don't know. So I just spoke to him, but I didn't get on his nerves.
Well, you were an extra in his movie, and he directed you for a scene.
And also, I would have been taken off set.
Oh yeah,
I've been
get
sacked.
rid of this one.
Get rid of that extra.
Get rid of her. So I do think it's one thing to be starstruck and to be excited. And the reality is, he did take pictures with the dude and his friend.
Yeah.
His
exactly, I
friend
remember
was
that.
cool.
Yeah.
They were all kind of like, even took selfies. But this dude, he got familiar. And then he kept on and on and on and harassing and kept on tapping because he was sitting behind. And Ty's like, I've had enough. He saw the red mist. And I do think, man to man, men have boundaries. All people have boundaries. But as a man, there's a point where, especially if you've made your living being a fighter, a warrior, are you expecting him to just be like a wallflower and just be like, oh, that's okay, you can harass me, then I'll just go and tell someone? Maybe that would have been sensible, but when you're trained to be a fighter, it's like Eye of the Tiger, baby, Rocky 3. Don't expect people to just be able to switch that off like that, because that's his thing.
Can you imagine
to hit people in the face.
Exactly. It could have been worse. Imagine Tyson had picked him up.
Yeah.
Or with his whole
Bit his
weight
ear off,
and
like
threw
Holyfield.
him across the plane or something.
You know,
That would have
imagine
been worse.
biting off his ear like he bit.
Oh yeah.
So
I remember that.
Man, I ain't got no ear.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Oh,
So I think,
gosh.
I don't know what you think, guys. I don't think what you think watching. Maybe you think could have taken a leaf out of Chris Rock's book and just shown restraint. Or you may be thinking, you know what, Tyson? I don't necessarily condone what you did, but I understand. I get you. And also, he probably pulled his punch. There's a scene in the new Batman movie. It's not a spoiler where someone tells Batman to hit him and he hits him hard. And later he meets up with him and you could have like pulled your punch. He goes, I did. I'm like, maybe Tyson pulled his punch because the man, like I said, is alive to tell the tale. And one punch can take a man out for good. So maybe Tyson was controlling those fists of fury, as they called it. But what do you think? Let us know in the comment section below. And I think for us, what we take away from it is everybody has boundaries.
Exactly.
Don't get over familiar with people, be they everyday Joes and Josephines or what Jahims or whatever the name, or someone who's world famous for being able to knock people out for a living. You know what to do. Give people a little bit of personal space, you know?
Yeah, personal space.
Personal
Just
space.
leave them alone. Just use your wisdom, use your head. Just don't get up in their grill. Because I think celebrities don't want to be provoked. They really don't.
They don't.
So leave them alone. Don't take pictures. Don't film them.
Yeah.
So they will.
Yeah.
Just
If you see
don't
us on
want
the
them.
street taking selfies, because we're infamous. We're global. We're global superstars. In fact, we'll be saying, "Can you take a picture of us, please?" No, you know who we are. Do you know who we are? We're TJ and Take Over the World. Come, take a selfie. Look, we'll be like, recruiting people to take selfies with us and say, "Oh, we're big on YouTube," you know. Just kidding, honest. But we will see you next time. There's more videos like this, reactions, our hot takes on all things in the entertainment industry and slightly beyond. So for more of them, subscribe below, join the channel, and we also have a podcast which you'll hear just after this.
Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you really enjoyed this video, please subscribe below, where also we have more videos on entertainment, opinion, and chat. You're really going to enjoy it. Also, if you really enjoy it that much, we have a weekly podcast on all platforms. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.